What's up, guys? Welcome to TFGoose Gaming. I'm TFGoose here with Vendetta, and we are back with some more Darkest Dungeon all of a sudden.
Surprise!
Surprise! Yes. No, for those of you guys who have been keeping track of our Terraria series, we are absolutely doing some more of that, more than likely later this week. But I did want to get out an update video for this game. We played some of this a while back and then took a break from it just to play some other stuff and while they were adding some more content, but never lost track of it because it is just a blast. And they've just put out this new update recently, and there's been a couple more classes added since the last time we did this game. So I wanted to see if we could revisit our discussions on it and talk about it a bit more. So hopefully that sounds good to you. If
Indeed.
not, then, well, too bad. You're watching it now. It's the way it goes. So I'm just going to provision up just a little bit here for our trip into the Weald. And this is just a short mission, so we're just going to go through and do our standard stuff and talk about a couple things like the couple new classes that we have along. I don't know if you noticed, man, but our party looks a little different than the last time you saw this game.
Yeah, indeed it does.
Yeah.
Should be fun, though. You've definitely played around with this more than I, so I'll have to kind of lean on you here.
Well, that happens. I absolutely love the narrator. He's my hero.
He's pretty amazing.
Yeah, he really is. So, all right, so we're just gonna mosey along here. This guy up in the front here is the first, sort of newer class than from the last time you saw it. He's the Man-at-Arms. He's actually suffered sort of a nerf already. When he first got put into the game, he had this one skill. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and stun this backline guy here because he's terrible and a stress person. Okay, or I'll miss horribly, and that's also an option. But when he first came in, he had this ability called, it was like Retribution, I think it is, and it puts this riposte on you. So basically, whenever you get attacked, this is it right here, this Retribution.
Yeah.
Whenever you attack, you get this buff where it marks you, makes you more likely to get hit, but it also makes it so when you do take a hit, you actually go ahead and hit the enemy back. So that's awesome. And previously, it also put a protection buff on you too. So you were tankier, and you hit the guy back, just like I just did there.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Which is really sweet, right? But unfortunately, they realized just how sweet it is, and they took away the protection buff.
Boo.
Yeah, so they decided it was a little too meaty. So now that skill isn't quite as awesome as it used to be, and now a lot of players are just going with the standard regular attack. And then he has like a stun and some buff abilities, some other buff abilities that I didn't bring along on this one. But he can still be quite nice, and he's still really tanky. He has a lot of HP, but some players are thinking that there are better options, for the tank position in their most recent patch.
Yeah.
But still, he looks cool though.
Yeah, and I really like the fact that they added some classes. That's always a good thing. It really helps you mix things up.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you need to keep the game fresh and give people options. That's what this game is about, especially with the frequency that you lose characters.
Yeah.
And that's even more the case now with this update. You can get some really, really nasty encounters, and through really no fault of your own, wind up on the wrong side of a death blow, and you're just toast. So it can be really bad.
Yeah, because I noticed they added corpses now too.
Yeah, this little thing here you can notice. Yeah, that's also a new update, obviously. Basically, it just makes it so that the enemy formations are something that you have to keep in mind. Before, everybody would just sort of... Oh, great, thanks. They would just concentrate on this front enemy and just murder it, completely. And then as soon as it was dead, everybody would just scooch up, And enemies that were in the back that had attacks that only relied on being in the back, all of a sudden were screwed. They couldn't do anything anymore. So it just behooved you to just focus things down and get those guys up front, and you had no problems.
Right.
You can get rid of that light right there too. So, but now, when you drop an enemy, there's a corpse left behind, so you still have to hit the guys in the back, or there's skills now actually that clear corpses, that remove them from the battlefield.
Yeah.
So you can, take some of those along with you if you like, and make it so that, you can still concentrate on the front line if you like. But really, I haven't really felt the need to do that yet. I've just been kind of going along and, letting the corpses be there. And I've just built my teams such that I can hit the back or the front and call it a day, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That seems like a pretty solid strategy. I mean, this way, from what I was reading in the patch notes, it seems like they really kind of buffed the mid to late game because people were saying, well, not saying, but they were feeling like it was too easy. So, I mean, the game itself is still in the process of being tweaked, so...
Oh, very much so. And there's more classes coming. I know they're putting in a class, there's a merchant class I know that they're making, which I'm really interested to see how that's going to come out. And, of course, there's a new dungeon coming soon as well called the Cove, which they're bringing in.
Yeah.
And then the titular Darkest Dungeon, of course, also has to make it into the game at some point. And for full release, which I think right now is slated for October.
Wow.
But we'll see how that goes, you know?
Yeah.
You know, it's an indie game, and sometimes things get delayed even in AAA titles, of course. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. It's still pretty awesome, even for its current form, if you ask me. So.
Hey, I am okay with developers taking more time. I mean, I think Terraria 1.3 is one of the best examples of that. They took them over a year to get that update out, but so worth it.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we're having a blast with that game. So, I mean, and, you know, especially when it's like free updates, like, hello, obviously, take your time, do whatever you got to do, man, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So, I did just want to talk, I guess, a little bit just strategy-wise with these new classes especially. Again, with the Man-at-Arms, really you want to concentrate more on, you know, his buffs at this point, honestly, and kind of stay away from this Retribution skill. It's not horrible. You know, I think some people are giving it a little bit too much grease on the forums and on Reddit and such. It's just personal opinion. I still use it from time to time, especially if there's an enemy that you can just kill. It doesn't have a lot of health left, and you can just blast it. Well, then go ahead. You know, kill it, and then get the riposte up, and you still get to hit some stuff back. But for the most part, you know, you can just blow away stuff and not even care.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and then the Houndmaster here, he's actually my favorite new class. This guy is just awesome. He sends his puppy after everything.
Okay, so good.
Okay, so good. Yeah, so he had, oh wow, we just get to attack twice. Okay, why not? But I'm going to go ahead and do this here. So this guy comes with some abilities to reduce protection, the protection stat that some mobs have now, as well as, you know, some bleed, some group bleed. He has a really potent self-heal. He can self-heal himself for, like, I mean, right now I think it's at 8.
Wow.
You know, so, I mean, it's pretty good. You know, so he's got that. He's got like a, you know, sort of a mark sort of thing that actually works with his, you know, his puppy skill there a little bit. So he's very versatile. I like him a lot. And for there's a couple new bosses as well since the last time I played. There's a boss called the Flesh, or the Incohate Flesh. And this skill right here, the Hound's Harry, that puts a bleed on everything, just is wrecker for that boss. It's so good, because basically that boss comes with four creatures over here, you know, and it puts a bleed on every one of them. So
you can't ever underestimate the power of the Doge.
That's true, yeah. So I mean, and more. Moreover, just the power of, in this now, bleeds and blight are so much more important in this update because of that enemy protection stat that they're really doing a lot with.
Yeah.
Now you want to use those dots. You know, more dots, very, very important.
So would you say that the Plague Doctor has picked up value in this patch? Absolutely,
yeah. Honestly, if there was a suitable mission to do a record here, it was in the ruins. I absolutely would have taken the Plague Doctor, because he's the ruins enemies are mostly undead, and therefore they're just kind of immune to bleed. But they are not immune in any shape or form to blight. So, and the Plague Doctor's blight has been buffed. It's really powerful. I'll also show you this thing. This is pretty cool too. The Houndmaster comes with the dog treat.
Wow.
So this is great. Now, you were noticing before when we did this Hound's Harry, he was hitting for, you know, 2, 3, something like that, and he'd put the bleed on. Watch what happens when we eat this treat. And we'll just pop that.
Mackerel.
So he hits everybody a lot harder, you know, and this buff actually lasts for 3 turns.
Wow.
So again, with that boss fight, he just wrecks. You just save that little dog treat until the absolute end when you're ready to fight the boss, and he destroys. So definitely take the Houndmaster with you when you fight the flesh. Guys, if you're not doing that already and you're playing this game, you're just leaving a victory on the table. Wow, okay, thanks a lot. Appreciate that.
You're getting your face wrecked a little bit.
A little bit here, yeah, it happens. You know, it's okay. It's a short mission, so unfortunately we don't have a camp built into this, but we have plenty of heal potential, so I can just use my Vestal more for healing right now, and that'll be fine.
Yeah.
I do kind of want to knock this guy out of the picture if possible.
Another thing I read about the patch notes said that they did permanent buffs now and permanent, gosh, it's escaping me what those are called.
Oh yeah, the quirks.
Quirks, thank you.
Yes, they absolutely did. Yeah, I'll showcase that here in just a second. Basically, some of your, for instance, here on Hector, this guy's really awesome. So I have made 3 of his positive quirks, 3 crit, 10 damage, and some stress resist. This came after it. That's an awesome one too, Faded. But I made those permanent.
Yeah.
So those will never go away. And then I've just been keeping him, you know, pretty well handled here. But let me see if I can find... Yeah, so here's a couple. Boba here has permanent claustrophobia and slow draw. The word permanent is a little misleading here because, quite honestly, it's not permanent at all. It just costs a ton more to remove.
Okay,
that's all. Yeah, it's normally fully upgraded. It costs like 750 or something to remove a negative quirk, but a permanent quirk costs 2,500 to remove instead.
Holy cow!
So it's significantly worse, you know, when you get those. So you just have to keep that in mind. And the permanent ones you can only lock in 3, so you have to be very picky, you know, which ones you want to do. Ooh, there's a crit heal. Love those. Excellent. You even get a little bit of stress reduction with that. And I'm going to go ahead and just send the puppy one more time.
Okay.
And that should solve this guy. So yeah, so he's going to get 6 damage. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do, actually. I'm just going to wait a second here. I'm going to just pop this buff for giggles. I can't remember if... no, okay. What I was thinking about is if my Houndmaster or actually the Vestal could get a chance to do another heal before he got a chance to act, but too bad. It's okay. Maybe next time. We'll see what's in the strong box here. More deeds. I'm totally not in need of deeds at all anymore. My town's been updated. So I did bring a couple of shovels, I think. Yeah, 1 shovel. Okay, well, I'm really hesitant to do that.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not going to do that in case there is another wall somewhere later in the dungeon, because I don't want to miss that check. That's a huge stress hit if you have to do that. So here's another good thing they put in on these traps. So you can see my bounty hunter here has an 80% trap, and he's also got a little bit of stress. So what we'll do is we'll use him to disarm the trap, and we'll get a little stress heal.
Yay!
Which is pretty sweet. I actually had a guy that was like 40-something stress in the last dungeon I did before we were recording, and I just went around the dungeon hunting for traps, trying to find them so that I could disarm them and get some serious stress heal before I had to leave.
That's awesome. That's a good strategy, though. I mean, because that way you save yourself money.
Exactly, yeah, and money is everything. So, these are like my least favorite mobs in the world to fight, but these these horrible slimes. But we'll see if we can luck out and get some bleed on them. They have an 80% resistance to bleed, so not the most likely thing in the world, but we'll keep trying. We'll see what we can do. Oh, there we go.
Just wrecked his face.
Yeah, see, unfortunately, again now, but I still can't hit these backline guys, which is kind of a problem. Like, I'm going to go ahead and hit it with Hector here, and unfortunately that skill where they create a duplicate of themselves,
yeah,
they can overwrite a corpse.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they don't pay any attention to the fact that there's a corpse there. If they want to summon a friend, they'll just do it. Which kind of stinks, you know, so I'm going to try and stun this guy and move him up to the front if I can. There we go, so now some other people can hit him. And I'll get rid of that backline guy. Perfect. Hopefully we can wreck him before he summons a buddy. Nice. Those fights can actually last forever.
Oh, I totally believe it.
Oh, wow. Okay, so turns out there's no more in the dungeon here. There's another fight down there. You know what? Obviously, did you also notice the cool new ending here?
Yeah, that's
cool?
Really cool.
I like that. I think they did a good job. So we're going to continue for just a second here, and I'll go down there and get that last fight. and just see if we can pick up a little bit more loot. But generally speaking, I mean, I'm liking the new classes. I think the Man-at-Arms might need just a little bit of repair to some of his skills, but he still can be somewhat useful. And the Houndmaster is already just awesome. You know, he's great, and he's critical for a boss or two so far. And I'm adoring him. I think he's awesome.
Good thing you saved that shovel there.
Yeah, no doubt, right? Well, if I didn't, I would have just left, to be perfectly honest. But so here, instead of putting the bleed, I'm actually just going to see if I can get a stun off on this backline guy. There we go. This is a stress. They're both stress creatures, actually. They really are. But that one usually goes first.
Yeah.
And now I'll see if I can get one on this guy. Perfect. Okay, so basically we get a little bit of a breather. And now maybe can start doing a little bit of damage here. I'm going to pull this guy up front. Just as a general rule of thumb, guys, honestly, stress damage is so much better to try to prioritize in your enemies than health damage. So if there are creatures that are going to wreck you on stress, get rid of them first. It's a lot easier to heal HP than it is to heal stress.
Yeah, for sure.
In my opinion, you know. Now this guy, see he has some prot. You see the protection stat beneath his name down there?
Yeah, 40%.
So unfortunately, you know, he's going to take less damage. But happily, the Houndmaster here has this ability. If I hit him with it, and it doesn't resist. Oh, okay, well, of course we get a resist. But that ability takes the protection stat down somewhat, and it stacks. So the more you can keep putting that on him, then the easier he is to take down his HP, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. I've also noticed they've updated some of the animations a little bit.
Yeah, they have. They're continually tweaking things, of course, and trying to get the game into sort of a final form. But I am really looking forward to the next class and certainly the next dungeons. I think, actually, I'm just going to go for broke here. This is the last fight. But that Cove dungeon is supposed to be out pretty soon, and I'm really, really interested in checking that out. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
You know, having some new stuff to look at will be awesome. Oh, that's going to be a huge stress hit. Oh, thanks a lot. All right, so she's going to get a visit to the Abbey when we're done here, but this mob's going to go away first, and we're going to get our loot and be very, very happy. There we go. Excellent. So anyway, guys, we just wanted to give a quick little update video here and show you the progress. If you want to see some more Darkest Dungeon from us, or see some more of the progress of the party here, then let us know. This is obviously a different playthrough than the one that we started with, just because I wanted to get something fresh happening. Oh, it's just a torch. All right. But let us know what you think, and if you want to see some more of this, of course, then we'll do some more of these. I'm probably going to make a video anyway when the Cove comes out, just because I want to.
Yes, Cove.
You know, it's kind of cool. Yeah, oh great. So there's a disease. Yeah, diseases are a thing now too. You have to cure these separately from the normal quirks.
Excellent.
That's always fun. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Let us know what you think of this. Leave us a comment, and be on the lookout soon. We're gonna have some more Terraria coming back at you, of course. We're anxious to get back into that world and show you some more of our funness losing flippers.
I hate you.
You're welcome, man. All right, guys, take it easy. We'll see you soon.